Today I will be discussing the top 15 Marines in One Piece with the help of my friend Omar, and credit goes to Omar. Kong is the commander-in-chief of the world government and orders around the likes of Garp and Sengoku. Although we don't have any feats, you definitely have to have exceptional levels of power to have such a position, knowing the One Piece world. When Garp was a young man, he punched battleship to train his strength, fought Roger regularly to the point where they almost killed each other at one point in time, allegedly defeated Rocksteady Zebek alongside of Roger, had punched a mountain full of armament hockey from its class of Don Shinjao, had fought Golden Lion Shiki alongside Sengoku, which destroyed most of Marineford, trained Luffy and Ace in hand-to-hand combat. He can throw cannonballs casually, had thrown a really hard punch on Marco, had the courage to actually threaten to kill Akainu, not to mention he knows Ryao and has observation hockey. Garp also trained Kobe, Helmeppo, and the rest of Sword, so much so that they're the one of the strongest marines that there are. And Garp had used an attack that casually destroyed half of an island, known as Galaxy Impact. And Garp had extreme diffed his old disciple, Aokiji, and we also know Aokiji is an extreme powerhouse. Aikainu knows Ryao in observation hockey, has the Mag fruit, which is one of the most powerful devil fruits there could be. Aikainu has the power of Buster Calls. Aikainu held his own against Whitebeard, Ace, Marco, and Jinbei, and actually killed Ace, one of the strongest pirates across the seas, and held his own against one of the strongest pirates of the seas. Aikainu also had the courage to stand up to the five elders, and we know the five elders are also powerhouses. Sengoku has all three forms of hockey, has the human fruit, model Buddha, which is also one of the most powerful devil fruits there could be. Had fought Shiki alongside of Roger. Roger considered Sengoku someone worth fighting, and he had held his own against Blackbeard. Fuhitori is an advanced swordsman, has the press fruit, also one of the strongest devil fruits, and he can actually send meteors from space into Earth. He fought Doflamingo, Law, Zoro, Sabo, and Luffy. The rest of the revolutionaries who we know are extremely strong. Has good observation hockey, knows armament hockey and observation hockey, and can actually levitate objects with his devil fruit. And we know being able to do it is an extremely broken ability in the world of One Piece. Aokiji has the Ice fruit, a broken devil fruit as well in the world of One Piece. Almost stopped all the Straw Hats, can turn entire ocean to ice, held his own against an old Whitebeard Garp, defeated Saul, and held his own against Ace and Doflamingo. And his most famous fight being his fight with Ikain that lasts for 10 days, but he did lose. Kizaru has the Glint fruit, a broken devil fruit as well in the world of One Piece. Almost stopped all the Straw Hats along with X-Ray, Hawkins, and Apu with little to no effort. Had held his own against Rayleigh. Kizaru is also proficient swordsman since again he was able to hold his own against Rayleigh. He has advanced regeneration on his side. He held his own against Whitebeard and Marco, and has observation hockey in Ryao. He also trained Sentomaru, and he also held his own against a Gear 5th Luffy before being knocked out by Luffy. Green Bull has the forest fruit, another broken devil fruit. Held his own against the revolutionaries Morley, Lindbergh, and Karasu, defeated Momonosuke, Yamato, and the Scabbards, and defeated King and Queen. And he had courage standing up against the likes of Fuhitori in a cocky manner, and he went 3 years without eating. He also has a lot of regeneration on his side, being able to regenerate in his platform, and being able to take attacks that are supposed to negate his devil fruit, judging by his regeneration from Momonosuke's Borrow Breath and his regeneration from Denjiro's Sword Slashes. He also tanked the form of Advanced Conqueror's Hockey from Shanks. There aren't a lot of feats for Dragon, but he could also have a devil fruit that controls water, which is an extreme feat for a world that it's mostly water. He also trained Sabo, who is one of the strongest characters in the world of One Piece, has a bounty of 4 billion, has supposed marksmanship on his side since he gave the revolutionaries guns. He stopped smoking with next to no effort. He stunned the kid Sabo, and is the commander-in-chief of the revolutionaries to begin with. There aren't many feats for Suru, but she has the Wash fruit, which can turn people into clothes, which if you think about it can be really broken. Makes you think of Hancock's devil fruit where it can turn people into different elements. And Suru had spent years chasing Doflamingo, and Doflamingo was actually scared of Suru. There aren't a lot of feats for Bogard, but Bogard is Garp's right-hand man, and has been so for years. Bogard cut Kobe's gun in extreme speed when he aimed the guns at Marines. Bogard was also at God Valley and fought the Roger and Rocks Pirates as well. There aren't a lot of feats for Gian, but Gian had confidently asked to go and fight Big Mom with Garp, but was denied and was told not to do that. Gian also planned on doing this with the likes of Garp and other Marines, not to mention Gian was also a candidate to become an admiral. There aren't a lot of feats for Tokikake, but he was also a candidate to become an admiral of the Marines, and he seemed fairly confident in his position where he currently was. Kobe is currently a Marine captain and a member of SWORD. He was trained by Garp, he has battleship training, he has observation hockey, he has advanced armament hockey, and he was fairly confident standing up against the likes of Hancock and Blackbeard. Prince Groose is currently a user of the clay fruit and is a member of SWORD. He can create clay materials such as clay axes and clay people, and can create clay defensive strategies. We don't have feats from him from a 1v1 standpoint, but Prince Groose was the one who kidnapped Chiffon and fought and defeated Gotti from the Fire Tank Pirates, which is Benji's crew, and he had stopped the breeze from Pizaru's giant hand using his devil fruit defensive capabilities alone, but those are the only feats we really have from Prince Groose, and those are the top 15 strongest Marines in One Piece.